Hello everyone, it's me. Flylady Kat is who I used to be. I'm still Kat and I have been a fly lady. I do a version of Flylady based on my experience and my mentoring and all the hundreds of people that I've taken care of. Today we're going to talk about social skills in a new world, and once you get on here I'm going to readdress that. So we're going to give a few moments for everybody to get on and to say hello. We're already getting people popping in. I'll have a sip of my tea. I'm a decaf girl, so I'm drinking decaf Twinings English breakfast, my favorite. I know, Larry. I know, Larry. All right, so let's see who's on here. Rachel Dallas, hey. Lisa Iao, hello. Libby Chapman, hello. Shelly Lee, hello. Yeah, everyone's on here. Well, everyone that I know so far. Carrie Joe, hi, Joy. Carrie Joy, yay. All right, such a beautiful day. Is today the first day of spring? I don't know.
No, yesterday.
I think it might be today.
No, it was yesterday.
Or yesterday. It used to be the 21st. That's my son's birthday, but they keep changing it every year. Hi, Marjorie Johnson-Taylor, Betsy Olsen-Mikowski. Missed you too. Yasmin Sierra, Jamie McDonald, and Crystal Prince. Hey, Crystal. Yesterday, thank you, Carrie. And Rachel Joy says hi to Mr. B. They can hear you mumbling in the background.
Hi,
Mr.
everyone.
All right. So we're going to talk today about social skills in a new world. And that is the new world of the pandemic that we're currently living in. An entirely different existence than anyone has ever experienced in the United States in the last 100 years. Because we've been able to get out and be with people, even though we may not should have. We have. Hello, Irene, my friend. We are doing great. I hope you're doing well. It's nice to see you live in the, what are you flipped away here? In this time of isolation? Yes. And Betsy Olsen said hi. Olsen-Mikowski said hi to Mr. B as well. And Mr. B said it is the zombie apocalypse.
No,
it is not. Oh, is it? No, it is not the zombie apocalypse, but it's a different time. And you know, I didn't want to talk about it. It's like, oh gee, do I have to talk about the pandemic? But everyone wants to talk about it. So let's talk about it. Let's not be afraid.
Be safe.
So the thing that we're going to talk about today is social skills in this time, in this new world that we have. And I'm thinking that things are going to change for the good going forward. I believe that good things will come from this. I totally do. Linda said, first time to catch you live. Hi, Linda Hernandez. And Jamie said, Miss Kat, this is very scary right now. It's not scary, baby. It's not scary. You just take care of yourself and you do the smart thing. It's like, it's more dangerous to ride in your car than it is to be in a pandemic. It is. Or ride in an airplane than it is to be in a pandemic. Maybe not an airplane, but a car for sure. Or to have the flu. It's even more dangerous to have the flu. However, we want to be as safe as we can. And the social skills for that are new and varied, and I'm going to start on it right now. I just had, we have a friend of the family who keeps our lawn clean and pretty, and he came today and he mowed the grass, and I pay him, and I kept 6 feet distance from him, even though he's fine and healthy and I'm fine and healthy. We kept 6 feet apart. I didn't touch anything he touched. He did touch what I touched because I gave him a bottle of water and I gave his helper a bottle of water. But I set them down and they picked them up. I laid his money on a surface and he picked it up. So that's how we handled it. Still my friend. I'm not isolating him from me in any way. However, I just have to do these things. You know, we can't get as close as we did before. And that's part of our social skills. That's a skill. It protects him and it protects me and it protects my mother and it protects his father. He has an elderly father. And his baby, you know, so we want to make sure that we are really sharing social skills. So if you have a teenager, this is something that really gets me, and I'm just going to share this. People who have teenagers or early 20s who are on spring break and think that they must go stay in big giant parties and all that stuff that I've been seeing recently, I'm thinking, where are their parents? Don't their parents realize that they've gone there and they aren't home? That they're on spring break, and that's not acceptable. At some point, we have to be the parent. You know, when you're a young adult in your 19, 20, 21 stages, a lot of the times consequences are still not fully developed in your frontal lobe. So it's impossible for them to monitor themselves because they're immature. And so your job, if you're the parent of an older person that is still under your care, that you're still paying for them to go on spring break, hello, it's your job to say, I'm sorry, no money, come home. You're not doing that. And it's socially unacceptable to do that. You know, all this big PC stuff with the college kids earlier, you know, everything had to be PC, but now when it's really important, not just hurting someone's feelings, hurting someone's life, people don't seem to care about that. So it's your job as an adult, it is the hand that rocks the cradle, to make sure that you're keeping everyone in line. And it's also your job to make sure that you're not letting anyone panic in your family. If you're panicked, then go say prayers in your closet and get yourself in control, because you are setting the temp for your family, or this step for your family, setting the mode. So you don't want to be panicked. The only thing I can think that would be something that you might panic about in private would be the loss of a job. And that could be a little panicky. However, all things come to good to those who serve the Lord, to those who love the Lord. So say your prayers and trust God. That's what my conclusion is. And then fear not, which it says 365 times in the Bible, one for every day. So fear not, have peace, peace that surpasses understanding, peace that doesn't make sense that you should have peace, but be peaceful anyway, because that's your choice. You get to choose peace or choose fear. Choose peace. Let's have this wonderful, unique time with our family, set wonderful memories. You know, when my kids were little, it doesn't snow in North Florida. It just doesn't. But one Christmas, it snowed. It snowed several inches, enough for my kids to make snow angels on the front lawn, and for us to lose our lights and have to sleep in front of the fireplace that night. Fortunately, we had lots of wood. And it set up such a wonderful memory for my girls. And this can be a time of memories for you and your family. This is not a time of scary stuff. And listen, if you think, oh no, but it is scary because they can't see their friends, listen. In Florida, we have hurricanes or hurricane warnings all the time. And when we were children, we weren't scared. Our parents were taking care of us. We weren't scared when the wind was blowing the oak trees all over the place and rain was pouring down and trees were upending and all those things. That didn't scare us because our parents didn't scare us with that. So don't scare your children. How cruel. Don't scare your children. Calm your children. That's your job. All right, let's see what people are saying. You know me, I'm going to tell you how I really feel, and I really feel that way. I'm here to give you a better life and to give your children a better life. That's the title of my channel. It's A Better Life with Kat, and I want you to have a better life, so no scary. All right, let's see what people are saying. I'm going to go back as far as Betsy Olson-Mikowski at 5:08 p.m. when she said, good work on keeping 6 feet apart. It's really helpful to know the logistics of how people are doing this. I am super hibernating with my kids. Great. Hi, Linda. Glad to see you. Linda Delmas, Deanna Rowe. Hi. It's exactly what I told my daughter with the teenagers. It's part of tough love, saying no to some things. Important things, right, Deanna? Kevin and Christine Layburn. Hello, Christine. Amen, she said. Marjorie Johnson-Taylor. Amen. Jamie McDonald. I need this message. I'm so glad you do. Shelley Lee. Thank God for you, Kat. Thank you for being the calm voice of reason. Thank you, Shelley Lee. Shalala, shalala, Lee. Lisa, hi. Mr. B retracted his message. I wonder what it was. Let's see. Evie. It's wonderful having time with the kids. I'm cherishing every moment. It's great. I agree. I've had so many of my mentees tell me that their kids are actually the most compliant they've ever been. Isn't that strange? Ginger said, Ginger Rogers, we've done Facebook Live video to connect with family. Excellent. Yeah, that's the other thing about social skills, is you need to be able to connect, especially if you are an extrovert and you get your energy from other people. You start to feel less energy, then it's time to do some Facebook or some FaceTime or some Duo. You can set up all these little chat things that people can talk to. Even Zoom. In Zoom, you can have a conference with several people. So it's awesome. You know, get a cup of tea and call your girlfriends and say, we're going to meet on Zoom, set up Zoom, and we're going to have a little conference and have a little tea party, you know, whatever. Just don't spend all day on there. Make sure you limit your time and limit your children's time as well. I always recommend an hour for teenagers with one friend and about 20 or 30 minutes for little ones. That's plenty. All right. But, you know, you set your own limits. Good afternoon, Christine. We all got sent to our rooms, Mr. B said. He read that somewhere. He loves to tell me everything he reads. Hannah Davies, hi, Kat. Thanks for this. You speak the truth. Praying the Lord will use this for good. He will. He absolutely will. I don't have any doubt. Hey, Gail Buster. Libby Chapman, what are you going to do for your son's birthday? Well, my son is 51 this year. He lives in Pensacola. I'm sending him a card.
And he's a fire chief.
He's also, yeah, he's a fire chief.
He's
super, super busy, and he's keeping very, very safe. He's having to take people, you know, to the hospital and things like that. So, yeah, because he's also EMT besides being the battalion chief. Lauren, my second grade next door neighbor and I have become pen pals. Oh, I love that. Bessie Olson Makowski, someone said it's okay to feel disappointed about things that are canceled and you can't hang with friends, but then you move on. I found that helpful. And I find it peaceful. You know, I am an extrovert and I do get my energy from other people, but I do have a portion of introvert, and I'm totally enjoying this calming, peaceful time. And I found that most of my mentees, actually all of my mentees, are feeling the same way. When I talk to them one-on-one, they're enjoying this time. And you just have to find ways to be social with other people and to be careful. All right, let's see. Lisa said, we have our first grandchild due any day, and we are all isolated and social distancing even before it was ordered, trusting God. I know that's hard. Do you know Kimmy, and she's in her apron? Her daughter had to cancel her wedding. And I think about people who are getting married or having new babies, and the grandparents can't go snuggle the baby right now, but that's okay. You can do it soon. And I've experienced that. My grandson was born in Iceland on October 31st, 16 years ago, and Larry and I had to fly all the way to Iceland to see him, and we could only see him for a week, and then we couldn't see him for a long, long time. So I understand being away from your grandbabies, but we didn't have FaceTime back then, and that's going to make a huge difference for everyone. So congratulations and happy birth to whomever's delivering, your daughter or your sons or your daughter-in-law. Let's see. Congratulations, Lisa. Michelle Kennedy Hawkins, listening to you while I wipe off groceries. Yes, ma'am. It has been really nice having time with the kids, outdoor time, game time, chore time, craft time. I agree. And Michelle, the coolest thing is, it's not like we've had the catastrophe where the world is torn up. The world is still beautiful in most parts of the country. Even if you have snow, the sun's shining. It's getting toward the end of that time. And my friend who lives in Maine has pictures outside with her grandson. It's beautiful. He lives at their home. It's beautiful, even with the snow and ice up there. It's just a pretty time of year. Normally, when people are isolated, it's just a little part of the country, like if you have a hurricane or a tornado or a fire, and you can't really enjoy the outdoors. And that's not the case here. There's nothing not working. We still have lights. We still have heat and air. We still have food. We don't have food the way we'd like to have food, but we still have food. And we still have fresh air that we can take into our lungs, and that's healthy for us. So yes, I think that's awesome. Let's see. Lisa agrees, and Mr. B said yes, Gail Buster. Nancy, my sweet friend and graduated mentee, we watched people in our neighborhood having happy hour in chairs and coats on their driveways. It's always 5 o'clock somewhere, even now. Lisa said, daughter and son in love. Oh, so it's your daughter who's going to have the baby. Happy delivery to her. I miss you too, Christina. Lisa said, is anyone else stress snacking? I think that's not stress snacking. I think it's boredom snacking. I actually have been doing a little of that myself. I'm trying to drink some tea right now, and I think we need to just get a handle on that. So let's do that. Let's make a commitment. High fives to everybody who's going to make a commitment to not
To more
stress
snacking?
eat. No, not, to not
More
stress
snacking?
eat. To be planful with your snacking. So like my sister Marty showed me a picture of her snack. So good. She had boiled eggs, carrots, celery, some of that little Laughing Cow cheese. You know, she had a really planned out snack that made her satisfied, and it was very few calories or points on Weight Watchers, instead of just going and grabbing something thoughtlessly. So maybe we need to all start planning what we're going to have for our snacks that are healthy. And if you're not on a diet, you can still have good healthy snacks. They don't have to be, I mean, even me, I can have anything I want if I plan it out, but I think like apples and peanut butter, celery and peanut butter. I like peanut butter, can you tell? Or any kind of a nut butter or non-nut butter. You could do seed butter if you needed to. You know, there's just lots of things you can have that are crunchy and sweet or salty. Pretzels are good. Depends on, you know, if you're gluten-free, if you have to have gluten-free. I think pretzels are pretzels gluten-free, Mr. B?
Yes.
The pretzels he got were gluten-free anyway.
You can get them gluten-free.
Yeah. So, you know, you can just be thoughtful about what you're going to have and make sure that you put it out and it looks pretty, and you take your time and you don't eat from the tray before you get it out for everybody to enjoy. All right. And drink enough. That's my problem too. If you don't drink enough, sometimes you think you're hungry and you're just thirsty. All right, let's see. Where were we? That was a good question. See what you started me talking about? All right. So that was Lisa. Libby said, how will you get more food? Well, the grocery stores are going to have more food every day, honey. Every day they're going to be restocking. It's not like they're just going to stop sending food to the grocery stores. People who grow food and can food, those people are not going to send people away. They may have to cut their production a little bit if they don't have enough workers, but they're going to be careful and thoughtful about the way they produce paper goods as well. And they're going to deliver them to the stores because that's how they make money, and they're not going to stop. And we need it. These are some of the services we have to continue to have. We have to have food services, and we have to have gasoline, and we have to have pharmacies. And these things are going to still be provided. So there you go. Might be limited, but it'll be provided. Hi, Kiona. Let's see. And Lisa gave us a high five. Jamie said, yes, Lisa, IAO. And Lisa said, what? Okay. All right. So social skills in a new world. So what are the other things you can think of that would be a social skill that you're developing in the new world? And I'm going to take it, I'm going to give you a hint and say family social skills. What would be a great family social skill you feel you are developing in this new world that might go forward, that you might take forward? Ginger said, get some exercise. I can recommend Leslie Sansone walk at home videos. Absolutely. I recommend for yoga, which is very stress relieving, that you watch Yoga with Adriene, and make sure you go to there's an app, Yoga with Adriene. No, not an app. It's on YouTube. It's a subscription on YouTube, Yoga with Adriene, and then go to the playlist, and they have the beginners. They have like 1 through 30 different things. So you don't have to just take some oddball class. You can actually go right through, and she teaches you how to be careful with your body, so, which is nice. And your kids can do it too. It's fun. But that's a great suggestion, Ginger. Libby, will you go to the store? They stop delivery here. Yeah, you have to go to the store. If there's no delivery, you have to go to the store. Now, if you are elderly, which unfortunately I'm 65, I'm considered elderly, and some people are even doing it for senior citizens, which I think are 55 and older, but I'm not sure, that you have a special time in the morning that you can go, just the older people, which is nice. But maybe not, and that's okay. You just keep your space in the store. You wash your hands. My Larry wears gloves in the store. He puts on the protective gloves. You're careful when you're shopping. You're not letting other people get right up on you. You get your groceries, you check out, you keep your distance from the checker, and then when you leave, you put things in your car and you get home. And I described the other day how to be careful and wipe everything down and throw the bags away. Another thing that I heard somebody say, and I thought, oh, I bet a lot of people haven't thought about that, is you don't want to use those. I know it was really very PC and good for the environment to use recyclable bags where we took them back and forth to the store. Now that's not a good idea at all. You want disposable bags, and you want to throw them in the garbage when you're done with them. Okay, that's for this time. And that's important because this is a special time. So we're not so much PC as healthy. And I don't want garbage bags in the ocean either, but for right now, throw them in the garbage can. Don't let them just blow around in the wind, all right? Let's see. Karen Pray there. Hi, Kat. So good to see you. Listen to you every morning. I get inspired by your loving instructions. Please keep your great mission. God bless you and your family. Thank you, Karen. Thanks. I'll do yoga, Ginger said. Great, Ginger. We order groceries online at Walmart and pick up limits exposure. That's right. But some places aren't allowing that. Or some places, when you place your grocery order, you're not going to be able to get it for 2 weeks. And that's fine if you're planning ahead. But sometimes people have to go to the store. They just don't have what they need. Hopefully you have enough where you can get by, okay? And what you need is different than what you want, okay? Ginger said, we order groceries. I read that, Ginger. Libby said, will you still go once a week? No, we're not going once a week. We're going as little as we can. So, you know, that you're limiting your exposure. So once every 2 weeks might be better if you can do that.
Get people in there.
I know.
It was not crowded.
But it's different in different parts of the country. Like I talked to somebody, one of my friends up north said that the elderly shopping hour is wrapped around the building early, like way before the time. So it's actually more crowded than it should be. So you wouldn't want to go then. You want to go when you see there aren't a lot of people in the parking lot. And as you know, I mean, you can look at television and see New York City downtown has no traffic. People can tell you, I heard a guy on television the other day say he went through LA at 5 p.m. and went 70 miles an hour on the highway like the speed limit says without ever stopping, which is unheard of. That's because people are staying home. So you should have lighter crowds at grocery stores and things. And they're starting to get toilet paper, yay, and things like that. So another thing you can do is there are so many great YouTubers out there who have shared little tips and tricks of things that they're doing as well. I personally love Kimmy, and she's in her apron. Kimmy is a prepper. You know, she is a Mormon or LDS, which is Mormon, and she has a little pantry, so she has things put away. And then, of course, you don't have fresh fruits and vegetables and things like that, so she still has to shop for those. Also, I love Jennifer Scott, the Daily Connoisseur, talks about what to do when you run out of toilet paper or feminine goods, you know, things that we might need, or diapers. And even Melissa 55 talks about keeping your distance at a certain age and how to stay at home and things like that. So fun things that lots of people are sharing. And even I'm an RVer, even though I don't have an RV right now, you know, that's my heart. And I listen to RVers who are having some issues because the state parks are closing, and there are some full-time people out on the road who are having to go find RV parks to stay in. And they're even given tips on how to do that and how those become clean communities, because the people stay self-contained for 14 days in their RV, and after they're proven, then they come out, and those little communities are like a little clean community. I think that's a cool thing. All right, playing relaxing music, lighting the fireplace, making a cake, Tina said. That's really good. Gail, could you call your store and ask about how busy they are? You could do that. They may not have a lot of people to answer the phones, though. Kimmy is awesome. Yes, she is, Christine. Christine's making a pot of soup. I love it. Let's see. Karen said in our area, they have a special time for seniors to shop early morning. Yeah, and that's what I was saying. They have a special time, and most areas of the country have that if it's a little bit bigger city. And some of them, unfortunately, are just overwhelmed with seniors. So I don't think ours is, though. Making soup, too, Kiana said. Yes, I love soup. I've been having soup every day for lunch, but mine is Progresso out of the can. My wiped-off can, and some saltine crackers.
You might tell them how Jacksonville is, that we're 15 square miles.
Yeah, we'll tell them. Jacksonville, where we live.
We have a lot of stores.
Where we live in Jacksonville, Florida, is the largest city in landmass in the United States and the second largest in the world next to Hong Kong, because we consolidated our county and our city back in 1971 or something like that. So we have a lot of people and a lot of stores and a lot of landmass, but we also have a drive to everywhere we go because we are spread out. I was living previously in St. John's, which is just on the other side of Jacksonville. And then the last place we lived was actually in St. Augustine. But all of these kind of meld together, one little city into another, and then you're in Jacksonville. So we live in a very big city. Okay, let's see. In landmass, yeah. Thanks for the tip about Walmart. It said no pickup, but I'll see if it's changed. Yeah, it might change. It depends on your location, but you may have to just go in. Our Walmart is being careful and doing extra cleaning. I know that, is it our Walmart that closed early, or was it Publix to do special stocking and cleaning of the stock?
They're all closing early at night.
Okay, so they're all closing early so they can clean, so they can restock and wipe everything down. Now I know in Salt Lake City area in Utah, where Kimmy lives, they don't have hardly anything on their shelves. And I know that they are heavily dependent on shipping because they are living in basically a desert there. So when I lived in Salt Lake City, we had the most beautiful produce and things, and it came from California. So they, some areas of the country are being hit a little bit harder. Also, and I don't know if it has to do with the fact that, I really don't know why that happened, other than they just don't have a lot of immediate restoration of their groceries, but it will continue to restore. So I want you to calm down, take a breath. You're gonna have food, and surely you have food right now. I want you to tell me right now, what are you having for supper tonight? I'm gonna tell you, it's Lent and we eat fish on Friday. We have a large bag of tilapia in the freezer. We're gonna have tilapia, Bush's baked beans, and oven fried fries. That's what we're having. Okay, let's see, California grocery stores are getting wiped out. Yeah, I think it's that whole area because it's just a bad area out there. Good time to use what you have on hand. Absolutely, Ginger. So tell me how you're being creative. What are you having for dinner tonight? Shelly, I normally do the Walmart online ordering and pick up, but haven't been able to do so for the last couple of weeks. No availability everywhere I checked. Yep, so you have to go to the store like Mr. B does. But we only have one designated person going to the store, and that's Mr. B. And he's super careful when he comes back in. Now, Mr. B is not an extrovert. He's an introvert, but he's a little gypsy, and he can't stand being in the house all the time. So he just gets in his truck and takes a circle around and looks at stuff. That's what he does. And that makes him happy. And there's no reason why you can't put your family in the car and go for a ride. Now, everybody needs to potty before they go because you don't want to use a public restroom.
Or stay close to home.
And stay close. Yes, stay close to home. But just get out and have a ride. Pack some snacks for the car, and then come right back home. However long you think your family can go without using the potty. That's what you would do. Okay, let's see. Oh, the food's coming in. Yay, I'm so happy. Pork chops with some frozen vegetables, Natasha. Yay, Natasha's one of my mentees. Libby's having pasta and beef tips, pumpkin pie. I see later. What's I see? Libby is one of my mentees as well.
Ice cream.
Oh, ice cream. Yummy, yummy. Connie Miller, loaded baked potatoes and salad. Oh, that sounds good. Betsy is having pork chops, broccoli, mashed red potatoes. That sounds good. Nancy is having chicken soup and lots of veggies and cornbread. Yum, that sounds good. Ginger Rogers, we're having fish with leftover greens and coleslaw. Yummy. Betsy is having salad with her food as well. Awesome.
What's for dinner, Grandpa?
That sounds good. Taco soup, Kimmy's recipe, Shelly's having. Yum. That sounds so good. I know it's going to be wonderful. Everybody's having good food. Chili and tortilla chips.
Ooh,
yes.
That sounds good.
That was Sarah. Deanna's having meatballs and tomato soup, mashed potatoes, English peas, and rolls. You girls, everybody write these things down. This is great menus.
Send recipes.
Yep. And you know what? These are easy. I think all the things I'm hearing are fairly easy to make, not highly intensively hard to make. And maybe some of them are even freezer foods that you have. We're planning steak on the grill since it's sunny and 31 in Minnesota. Lauren.
85 here today.
I'm glad it's sunny, and I'm glad you're going to do that. How hopeful that is. Yep. Okay. Lisa said pork chops and corn. My 5-year-old son and I will be heading to Walmart in the morning. As soon as they open, have to buy groceries. We'll be very careful. Yeah, don't let him touch anything. Put him in. I know he doesn't want to. He's 5, but put him in the basket anyway and hands in his lap.
Don't tell her how to do it.
I'm telling her how to do it. Hands in his lap. Don't let him touch anything.
Howdy, Kate.
I don't know why I'm
Oh,
here.
you're
Well, I don't know
running
why
late.
you're here either. Mr. B will
Yeah,
help you with that.
we are out of
Pizza,
here, dude.
applesauce, Karen Prather says. Yum. Kiana, roasted red pepper tomato soup for the vegetarian. That sounds delicious. Turkey spaghetti for the carnivores and garlic bread for everyone. Yummy. That sounds good, Kiana. Karen Port, we are planning steak. It's cold and rainy. Ooh, that sounds yummy. And Lisa's given us a thumbs up, and I think it's for getting rid of Mr. Tech Savvy, who didn't know why he was here. Our lost soul,
Dang, I
bless
haven't
his
had a
heart.
troll in a long
I know.
time.
It's exciting when you have a troll nowadays. Boom, Mr. B said. Tracy Nicole, oh my goodness, you are live. I am live, Tracy, and guess what? It's been 30 minutes and I'm gonna go.
Did you read what Curly Kiki's having?
Yeah, I read it. She's
Roasted red
having
pepper?
pepper soup for
I was giving
and
the troll, I didn't see that.
yeah, she's having spaghetti, turkey. What was the turkey thing?
spaghetti.
Turkey spaghetti and garlic bread for all. Yes.
Awesome.
Gail said, when people stop hoarding, the stores will catch up. Yeah, and they'll
Yeah,
stop soon.
and it'll
Listen,
stop.
that's our experience here during hurricanes. We can't get water. They just take the water. It's like Larry couldn't get water for his, or my dad when he was alive, for their machines at night. Their, what do you call them? What do you call those CPAPs? They couldn't find distilled water because people took everything. So, but it didn't take long, a couple of weeks, and it'll be back on. So we'll have stuff soon. And that's what we do. We just take care of yourself. I did see Dickie. I'm about to say hey. Okay, Dickie. Hi, Kat and Mr. B. And hi, Dickie. And thank you for being here for us. You're welcome. Okay, so that's it for now. I hope you have a fabulous day. I hope you learn to use your new social skills in our new world. And I will see you again on Tuesday, about the same time. Have a wonderful day. If you're not watching my Patreons, please come on over. It's only $5. It'll give you something great to inspire you every day, 5 days a week. Have a wonderful day, and always remember to be beautiful, because you are beautiful. Bye.